is over. We're back in our home turf with demos of Lost Planet and MotoGP 06 for the Xbox 360. IDOS is stopping by with Hitman Blood Money, and in a one-on-one matchup for the ages, it's Uno versus Uno. Plus, we'll look back at some E3 highlights and give away some swag. Who wants a t-shirt? We're live and on the spot. Oh my goodness, Jeff Gerstmann, look what we did.
We stole all this furniture.
We have a desk now. Hello everyone, welcome to On the Spot. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. This is our live show we do every Thursday here at GameSpot. We play some games, we get a little crazy. We talk to you, the viewers at home, via the magic of the internet.
Yep.
Jeff, you are totally leaning on my desk right now.
I'm leaning on, yeah, it's like I'm leaning on the bar. Like just belly up to the bar. Hey man, what's going on?
That's nothing.
Come on.
No, it's cool, dude. You can do it. It's
No,
new,
now I don't want to.
It's new to all of us. We have a great show for you today.
Good.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's the best show.
Because now you're like 8 feet taller than I am over there with your desk and everything. It's like it's got to be great.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Thank you, Ed, Andy, whoever, Jeff. IDOS is here, Hitman Blood Money.
Awesome.
I'm totally excited
Killing
about this.
dudes.
We're going to kill all kinds of dudes.
And they deserve it.
Oh, everyone does.
Those dudes deserve it.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Right, Ryan Davis?
Yes, Rich Gallup over here at my short new little podium on the standing set.
How do you like the new podium, sir?
It's cool. It's shorter. I like it. I feel like there's more of me out there, and so, my agent says that's good.
Way more wolf shirt going on.
Yeah, you can see more of the wolf shirt. Just get it all in. So, yes, we do have Hitman Blood Money for the 360 on the show today. That is awesome. We're also going to be showing off a couple of the Xbox Live Marketplace demos that came out during E3, Lost Planet, MotoGP 06. We are going to have a face-to-face showdown.
Yes.
That's right.
Between Uno for Xbox Live Arcade and Uno for whatever it is that you guys are into.
I have it right here because...
For, I guess, cards, reality.
Uno the video game
is
completely taken over this office, and I think that's kind of crazy when you can just play the card game.
But look, you've got the version that's in like the tin. It's Uno Deluxe.
This is Jeff's, actually. Yeah,
yes,
but we're going to throw down on that later.
Big money on Uno.
That'll be great. I can't wait. I also can put stuff away on my desk. How awesome is that?
That's crazy.
It's great.
It's a revolution.
It is. It's a Wii.
I'm going to be stealing stuff out of your desk later.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Ryan Davis, what else we got going on today?
We're going to be showing off a few other things from E3. We're going to be showing some stuff from the show floor. We're going to have a MotorStorm interview, one of the cooler games for the PS3. We're going to be showing a Coated Arms Assault trailer. And what else?
That's it.
That's it.
You got it, dude.
Thank you.
And we're going to jam a lot. But right now, though, Jeff, every E3, there's a phenomenon that we've been privy to for like the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, it's relatively recent in the grand scheme of things, but man, it's come on big.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it's also our fault that it's gotten so big because we've been broadcasting it so many times now.
Yeah, so now everyone just thinks that's the thing you have to do when you get your illicit but E3 badge. Like, this is what you have to do.
It's part of the E3 experience. And, of course, we were talking about the running of the nerds. When West Hall opens, there's the mad dash to West Hall, to the Nintendo booth to get your hands on whatever's there.
Yeah, so basically they're forming a line so that they can go get in line.
Yeah. It's what they do. It's great. And Tor Thorson was there in the thick of it doing his best Triumph impression.
And he made it out alive,
He did.
I'm told.
We're proud of him.
Yeah.
Take it away, Tor.
Hello, I'm Tor Thorson, and welcome to Wild Kingdom. Here we will see the nerd in his natural environment, in his optimal environment, E3. This is an annual event called the Running of the Nerds. Each year, the nerds migrate to the LACC to see Nintendo. And this year, they have the Wii, the biggest draw ever. Like pheromones, it draws them in like a moth to flame. All right, and it begins. Oh, another actual girl. You are one of 2 females in line. How does it feel?
Fantastic.
You feel outnumbered?
Yeah, a little bit.
You smell the desperation on these men?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, you have your choice, so go ahead. Here is the actual end of the line to play the Wii. And 2 more girls, and attractive girls no less. What do you plan on playing on the Wii?
WarioWare?
WarioWare. You know there's no Weeboos in there, right?
What?
What about you, man? What do you plan on playing?
Oh, I think the orchestra one sounds cool.
So yeah, well, like most when you're very good at manipulating stuff, right? Excellent. As you can see, in 5 minutes, it has actually turned the line all the way around. And they keep coming. Oh wow, 2 more women. What are you gonna play in there?
I want to play Red Steel and Super Mario Galaxy.
And in all seriousness, you know there's no blood in Red Steel.
There isn't?
No, it's called Red Steel, but there's no blood.
I see.
So, do you find that ironic?
Quite, I do.
Pensive one, I like that. All right, so now this is indeed the end of the line now. Tell me, sir, how long do you plan on waiting for the Wii?
I guess as long as I have to.
No, it's in all seriousness, it's actually 3.5 hours from this point.
Oh, that's kind of ridiculous.
And it keeps going. Well, I think we're almost out of time. So when the Wii line stops growing, we'll report back to you, but I think that might actually be several hours from now. Back to you guys on stage. Thanks.
And we would like to thank Tor Thorson for being so brave and I guess using that as an excuse to meet girls waiting in line for the Nintendo booth. But that is a very real thing. It happened every day. That line was very long, and everyone, like, we had people, like, running across our stage a couple times. It wasn't cool. But anyways, we're moving on. That's E3. Hello, JD. How you doing?
Hi, Rich. Good to see you.
Welcome to our set.
Thank you.
You've brought a very exciting game. You also brought Rich with you. Rich, we'll let you be the strong silent type who gets to play the game and have fun while JD and I talk about Hitman Blood Money for the Xbox 360.
Absolutely.
This game's coming out very soon, isn't it?
It is coming out at the end of this month.
Very nice, very nice. So this is the 4th installment in the Hitman series?
This is the 4th installment, but we really think this is the sequel that the fans have been waiting for.
Nice. What's the story that Agent 47 is delving into this time?
So the story on this one is that he's back with a vengeance. He's back, taking contracts, killing his targets. But this time there's a rival agency. So in many of the different levels, you'll be competing against other agents, other assassins who are trying to take out the same targets you are, and then ultimately they start turning on him and they start targeting Agent 47. So he has to kind of figure out what's the conspiracy behind this, and then ultimately he makes his way to the United States for the first time.
Cool. And where is he right now, though?
In this level, he's at a very cool party, a Heaven and Hell themed party in Las Vegas. He is here to take out the rave mistress of this party, who also happens to double up as a arms dealer.
Nice, and he's in full costume, blending in like he does.
Yeah, in order to get into the party, he has taken the uniform of a staff member, a bodyguard, if you will, and now he's making his way over to the backstage where the rave mistress is preparing to kick off her show.
I'm seeing a lot of people in the crowd right there. Is that unique to the 360 version, or is that something we'll see across all platforms?
Actually, that's something you'll see across all platforms, but it definitely looks really good on the 360. It is a new mechanic that's in a brand new game engine that they built for this game from scratch. And what it allows you to do is to have like hundreds of people on. They all have their own kind of separate paths and their own behavior, if you will. It really makes you feel like you're in the middle of a crowd.
Very cool. And there's a level of Mardi Gras as well where you feel that too.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple other levels where we really use it, like you said, Bourbon Street on Mardi Gras, where you have to, actually in that case, you actually have to save a politician by taking out the rival assassins that are trying to take out.
What?
So,
you still get to kill plenty of people, right?
Of course, and they all deserve it.
They all deserve it, as Jeff said. Now, what are the many methods that you get to use to kill people in this game?
We have everything. Actually, in this level, you saw that there's a giant shark tank at the bottom of it. You can actually push people into the shark tank.
Awesome.
You can obviously use all the favorite weapons that Agent 47 has used throughout in the past, the fiber wire, the syringes, and of course, the silent silver ballers that he's known for.
Nice. And you can customize weapons this time out, right?
Yeah, definitely. The Blood Money system allows you to customize weapons from the beginning, and then as you get paid for each of the different contracts that you successfully fulfill, then you can use it to upgrade. And it's everything from adding silencers to laser sights to even just extra magazines and so forth.
Now, as much as we talk about killing people, there's the shark tank
Yeah.
right there, isn't it? That is a small fish.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger boat. But but part of the game is we talk about killing people. You don't get just to run around and go all willy-nilly shooting them in the head.
Yeah, I mean, I think the developers, IO, really wanted to make it so that it was realistic, and that the goal wasn't just to kill everybody in sight. The goal is really to take your target out, do it quietly, and then get out without anyone knowing. So it really does penalize you a bit through the notoriety system. If you just kind of go and run and gun, they wanted to have a system of consequences so that your notoriety rating rises, and then as you go into the next level, you're that much more likely to be recognized by just people, security guards and so forth.
Gotcha. I actually have a question here from one of our viewers about the notoriety system.
Do you, Ryan Davis?
El Dude from Amsterdam wants to know, if he kills everyone in a level, does he still gain notoriety if there's no witnesses? A tree falling in the woods sort of question about the notoriety.
Wow, that's a great question. I would say yes, because we will always assume there's someone that you haven't found. Or maybe a security camera or something of that nature.
So I'm guessing this is the party getting started right here, by the way.
Yeah, so that's Ivana Caitlin, who is the rave mistress / arms dealer. Everybody has to be a little bit.
You
of
need
both.
a day job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's got a pyrotechnic show, which, as you can see, Agent 47 is rigged so that it's turned back on her, and she's going up in flames right now. So it's one of the great ways that you can kill her. Like I said, the hallmark of the series is that there are almost unlimited ways that you can take out your target, and it's up to you to find out what works for you. She's even being chomped by the shark
right
as well.
Now.
So there you go. There's for sure she's been killed, and Agent 47 can.
Very nice. So that's the heaven and hell level. Rich, we're going to give you a moment here to jump into our second level. Where are we going next, JD?
We're going to the Opera House level, and it's the reason we're going there is there's kind of a very cool Easter egg that we wanted to share with you guys. That's taking upon one of the trends hitting the nation, which is Texas Hold'em poker.
It's true. It's all over the place. You can't escape it. Well, we'll let Rich get to there. Ryan Davis, can we get a couple more questions, please?
Yes, you can. Matt Quatrano from Wyndham wants to know, how many different outfits can Agent 47 switch into, and what are a few examples?
Wow, I don't know that I actually have the count, but it's a lot.
More than two.
Absolutely more than two. Probably less than a couple hundred million.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, another hallmark of the series is obviously using disguises to get into certain places that you normally couldn't get into. And even though he's a 6 foot tall bald man with a barcode on the back of his neck, the disguises still work for him. He's able to use everything from dressing up as a clown that hosts kids parties to obviously security guards like you saw.
I heard there are chicken suits in this game.
There are chicken suits that are part of the Mardi Gras level.
Right.
So, yeah, he can pretty much use everything and use it to his advantage so that he can get closer to his target.
Very nice. Ryan Davis, another question, please?
Can I ask a personal question?
Oh, Carrie, you can ask a question. Go right ahead.
I just want to ask a question. So, a big part of the Hitman games has been sort of the way he behaves in the environment. Like, if he walks slowly, then people will notice, or, they won't notice, whereas he's running. So how much does that play into this game? I saw him kind of push into the crowd. How much does that play into this game?
It's definitely a big part of the game. It's definitely they've definitely ratcheted up the AI in this game, so that if you do bizarre behavior, like you said, like if you're crouching in the middle of an audience for some reason, people will kind of look at you strange. In fact, in this version, they'll actually start to comment about some of it. So it's definitely kind of incumbent upon you to act the way you think you should be acting, because the AI is that much smarter than this one.
Nice. And here we are in the Opera House level.
Yeah.
And you're wearing the dapper suit and tie I see this time.
That's the suit and tie that Agent 47 has always been known for, the red tie, the blood red tie, if you would, and the black suit with the white shirt.
Perfect clothing for the opera.
Perfect clothing for the opera, and also, just in case you get blood splatters on your tie.
Very nice, very nice. Rich, how much time are you going to need to get to the Easter egg? About 3 minutes. I don't know if we're going to be able to squeeze in there. We'll see. Carrie, let's take some more questions.
As Ryan changes into Brian.
Whoa, look at that, Brian Ekberg.
That's the Imaginatrix for you guys. I don't know who asked it, but a lot of people were asking about online. Is there anything going on with online? Is there...
There is online, specifically only for the Xbox and PC. It is the Hitman series has always tracked your stats, so you can see how you're doing, and also you could have bragging rights. So with Xbox Live and also an online PC system, you'll be able to kind of compare and post, how you did in certain levels. And certainly, even with the 360 version, there's going to be achievements based on how fast you get through a level. And actually, the coolest one is if you kill exactly 47 people in one level, you'll get a certain amount of achievement.
Really? We have a lot of people here who are huge achievement junkies, by the way. Do you want to tip your hand a little more, any more specifics? Or
I'll
is
give
it
that
just-
one, but
that
you
one is really good.
definitely can find a lot of other cool ones that are just like that. If you take out certain people in a certain way, you can get some really good. And we've created a lot of different ways to get achievement points.
I can speak for Carrie and Ryan and Jeff and several other people here. They appreciate you guys going the extra mile with the achievement points, really getting into that like they do.
So he's almost there. He has to get to this room to just shoot the rats in the room.
You're shooting rats?
He's an exterminator.
Poor Rizzo. Exterminator, right?
So another question coming at you. You talked a little bit about the number of people on the screen. David Neal from Fairfield, Ohio wants a number. How many people can you
More
fit
than
on the
two,
screen?
less than a million?
Less than a
kind of
million,
thing?
yeah. Definitely hundreds. It's they really try to make it so that the crowds feel like you're live. I think some of the things that have been criticized maybe in the past Hitman is that you'd go into a level and it feels a little sparse. So this time around, you're going to have to track targets through some very big crowds.
Rich, I just saw you get the magical key card. That
Yes.
was way faster than 3 minutes, my friend. Way faster.
So he's really good at this game. So.
And one more question I'm going to ask. I'm just keep asking until
Please.
it gets there. James Hauser from the Bronx wants to know how many guns. Maybe specifically, could you mention like a new gun? Because I know the fiber wire is in it, which is awesome. Maybe like a new gun that wasn't in a previous game.
New gun specifically, I think really there's everything from the silver ballers, of course, to we have TMPs, which are kind of like short-range machine guns, to of course everyone's favorite sniper rifle Dragunovs. Really, the cool thing is there you go. So there's the Texas Hold'em mouse poker game.
That
you
is
can
awesome.
Find by doing that.
Exclusively here on the spot.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it from. There's a little boxing match going on down there too.
That's not legal in the state, I don't think.
It probably
Rat
isn't.
fights.
You got to remember the developers are from Copenhagen. So
Oh, okay.
They take some license.
Everything's legal. That's awesome. Can you break up the party at all, or are they?
there you go.
Boxing gloves won't help you now. Will they, Ratty? All right. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Any final words on Hitman Blood Money while we have you here?
No, available for the PS2, Xbox 360, and PC. Also, just to give a plug, there's going to be the PC demo will be live on Monday on GameSpot. So definitely look for that, and you get to check out the first level in the game.
Cool. Thank you, JD.
So, thanks, Rich, and congratulations on your new desk.
Oh, thank you. I love it. You know what? We'll get you some stuff from it. Maybe all right. Yeah, but the game is Hitman Blood Money, and yes, GameSpot is hosting the exclusive demo Monday at 9 a.m. Come right here, download it, play it. It's awesome. Right now, though, Kira Guskos and Brian Eckberg are standing by with MotoGP 06 for the Xbox 360. How's it going over there?
It's going well. This is so much more relaxing than E3.
Isn't it?
This feels so easy. It's
Yeah.
Like, this one's almost unfair. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about Brian.
Sure.
And the game that you brought by, which is MotoGP 06. So this is downloadable.
This is the demo that's available on Xbox Live right now, and the game is actually pretty close to being done, which is great because for a long time we've thought that it takes too long to get between MotoGP games. So we're fans of the series will take whatever they can get, and so this demo is out now, and as you can tell, it's not really cooperating with us right now.
Wait, did it just crash?
Yeah, it just totally crashed.
Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about the game.
Sure.
So this is downloadable. Is it actually? Have you downloaded it other than on this Xbox?
I have, and I can promise people that it runs a lot better than it does on this Xbox currently.
Okay, so maybe people can download it and play it on their Xboxes while you talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope so, because a lot of people really do need to be exposed to this game because it's a really great series and it's a really great great game. I mean, the MotoGP series has been around for. It began on the original Xbox. When the original Xbox Live came out, they actually gave away a free version of MotoGP that worked online, and it was pretty revolutionary for its time because you had the full game. You could race online with 10 or 12 other people, and they're just pushing forward with the game now on the 360, and the brief look that you got of it there right then, you can tell the game really looks amazing. It's a great looking game, and the greatest part about it is that it plays just like the older MotoGP games. It just plays fantastic.
So can you tell me a little bit, like, what makes this game different than a racing game or a driving game with cars? Like,
Sure.
what makes a motorcycle-based game a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, it's racing on a motorcycle is a lot different than racing in a car because you have, obviously 2 tires compared to 4. before. You have to pick your lines a little bit different. You can spill, you can fall off the bike, and that is modeled pretty well here in the game. I mean, you can definitely fall off the bike pretty easy, and the game has some pretty cool fall animations where the guy is basically skidding across the pavement. I'm actually have to make a quick change, else I won't be able to play this game, because one of the great things about the game is that you can totally customize all the controls, and everybody has their own different way of riding their bikes that works for them. This is my control setup.
What did you just change?
I
wasn't paying attention.
I just moved the acceleration over to the right trigger and the front brake over to the X button. It's sort of a small change, but it's the way I've always played the game. So we're in the game now. You can tell the backgrounds. This is Mugello in Italy, and this is an actual MotoGP course, and this is actually Nicky Hayden, which, as you were telling me before the show, Carrie, has supplanted Sete Gibberno as your favorite MotoGP racer.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Sir.
So this is the track in Italy. It, as you can tell, looks amazing. The backgrounds have really gone through just far more detail in the backgrounds, and the bikes themselves look great. But it's still, it just looks like an Xbox 360 game with this great controls that are so...
You're doing really well. You're talking and playing, and that's correct. You're doing well. The game isn't doing well.
Oh.
I'll take a question while we're waiting for it to come back up again.
Hit me.
Chaz Jackson from Camp Springs wants to know, how is the handling, maybe compared to other MotoGP games?
It's really similar. I mean, if you've played MotoGP, any of the THQ MotoGP games, it's going to handle just like the real thing, and it feels great. I mean, the great thing about the game is this version will have 16 players online, which is up from 12 or 10 in the last game, and that's both in the Grand Prix and the extreme modes. People will remember the extreme mode from last time. Plays really great. The online is where this game is at. We don't know anything about achievements yet. I know we're all curious about achievements. They're not talking yet, but this game's coming out in 2 months, so we'll know a lot by
Fantastic.
then.
Now, you saw this at E3, and you were impressed with it at E3,
Very
right?
impressed. I mean, it follows the 2005 and 2006 MotoGP series. So you have new tracks like Laguna Seca, the Shanghai circuit in China, and the Istanbul circuit in Turkey. So
which has replaced my old favorite track.
Suzuka?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Suzuka's not... I had no idea you were so well-versed in MotoGP lore.
The things that you don't know about me, Brian.
Yes, I know. But Suzuka's out, but 3 new tracks are in, so the hardcore MotoGP fans will be glad to hear that. But yeah, plays great, looks great.
Very cool. And people who want to download it can download it because it's
Absolutely.
available on the marketplace for free. So thank you very much for coming by.
My pleasure.
I think we're actually going to go from one racing game that you saw at E3 to another racing game that you saw at E3, which is MotorStorm.
Yep. People remember they had the really great trailer last year at E3. Well, it's playable here. It was playable at E3 2006.
And we have an interview to show you right now.
Okay, well, MotorStorm is an original PlayStation 3 title due out at launch. It's an off-road racing game. It's totally mad, actually. It's going down really well. The reception we're getting has been absolutely fantastic. What we tried to do with MotorStorm was really exploit the power of the PlayStation 3. So we wanted to do an off-road game, but we wanted to take off-road racing to the next level. We wanted to deliver brutal off-road racing, and it's quite a powerful word, brutal. And really, when you play the game, there's so much going on all of the time. We've got loads of track deformation, so we're squirting mud everywhere, and we've got up to 20 cars in a race. So you've got 20 vehicles, all different types, ATVs, buggies, bikes, up to really big trucks, as you'll see in the demo. We've got all these vehicles, and they're all just battering each other. And it's so much more than just trying to win the race. It's trying to survive as well. So you're thrown into this race. It's a muddy environment. There's mud everywhere. It's messy, but we love it. We want it to be messy. Clearly, with a bike, you don't want to be travelling along next to a big truck because you're going to come off worse. But if you can take a cheeky route, which might be a bit longer, get your acceleration of the bike, then you can use your advantages. So constantly, it's been changing as to which vehicle at the time has the advantage. And the player has a lot of choices. We're aiming for 16 players online, which is just going to be carnage. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And people then are going to be very strategic about their choice of vehicle. Because obviously if you take a bike in a race with like 17 trucks, because everyone else is picking on you, you're going to have a difficult time. And the reverse as well, if you're in a truck and everyone else is a bike, they're all going to leave you behind. But a single player experience, the game is built around a festival. So what we're saying is you're in the middle of this beautiful, picturesque, unspoilt landscape, And then all of these off-road junkies just turn up and they go, right, great, let's just rip it to pieces. So they dive in there, they rip the place to pieces, and it's a music festival as well, so we've got some great music tracks as well. The place can even put in their own music tracks. We're calling it Live-Fi, where actually it will make it as if it's a live track and you'll hear the announcer in the background. So there's this whole festival going on as well. And over the course of the festival weekend, you build up to win your way through races. We've got some golden tickets. We've got races which you choose your races. It might be that it's maybe only buggies and Humvees race, or only bikes and ATVs. So you choose which race you want to race in, and it ultimately builds up to, at the end of the weekend, if you're still in the running, you go in the Motorstorm, which is like the biggie, and then it's going to be even more carnage.
This week's episode of On the Spot is brought to you by ElementandFriends.com. The Honda Element, a different animal. And we are back. The couch is now full. Greg Kasavin and Jeff Gerstmann here. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
You guys have fun at E3?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Motorstorms. It's nice to see a game like Motorstorm. Had that kick-ass trailer last year during the Sony press conference, and it was actually on the floor this year. You could play
maybe
it.
Not looking quite like the trailer, but hey, not bad.
It was close. It matched. Jeff, that's going to creep me out. You keep doing that.
Oh, and you're mocking me. I'm so thirsty. That looks so good.
We saw Brian just played one of the demos. Microsoft had their new way to get content out there during E3. You've brought another demo they released on the marketplace, Lost Planet.
Extreme condition.
Yes.
The subtitle. Extreme.
It's very cold there.
Something about the condition of the Lost Planet. It is extreme.
It is extreme. Now,
so this demo, should I just dive right in?
Well, before let's say the disclaimer that showed before it that I don't think the MotoGP one has said this is a work in progress and unforeseen circumstances may arise.
Indeed, i.e. this demo might crash, but it's awesome, so that's okay.
Tell us all about
it. Basically, Lost Planet is kind of like The Thing, I guess. The movie The Thing takes it's you blown away aliens on a crazy snowy planet. It's from Capcom. It's coming out pretty soon. So this is one of those games where they had it at E3, and a lot of us just said, "Whoa!" I mean, when you see this game, it's just like visually here. I'm going to blow up this car. That's something you could do in many games, but in this game it looks awesome.
And there's snow.
Yeah, there's snow. There's a crazy grappling hook. It's like just visually. This game looks really impressive, and it's one of those things where if that first crop of 360 games didn't necessarily like blow you away visually, we're starting to get there with stuff like this, where it just looks a big cut above other stuff that's out there.
Now, before you shoot too many bugs and everything, there's a weird gauge going on in the upper left-hand corner. It's got the air temperature at -22 and T-eng. That's like your heat?
Thermal energy, I believe
Got
is what
you.
that stands for.
Are we measuring temperature in kelvins in this game, just for me?
No.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Kelvin's dead, man.
Best middle name ever. Best middle name ever.
And then, so when you kill these bugs, actually, more
they drop
thermal
little,
energy will
power-ups. So yeah, I mean, like the demo has 2 different levels in it. This one lets you blast. Oh, awesome.
The game.
This is a feature. So
you reboot that real quick.
It's kind of like Bullet Time, except it stops altogether.
It's so slow, everything stops moving.
Your reflexes are just that fast.
Whoa.
But it was pretty cool because they put that demo out there. Crashes be damned during E3, and I think people were really pretty impressed with it overall, just because it looks so good, and that game is actually due out pretty soon. It's not like something that isn't due out, till next year.
Yeah.
I think it's coming.
And it's a pretty safe bet that the full version won't crash like this.
You had the feeling
this software product is currently in development and, as such, may contain unforeseen problems.
There you go. That's nice of them to say that.
So,
can you play the other level this time?
Yes. Let's shoot
Snow Pirates.
Let's shoot some dudes.
Yes.
It's just it's a cool tech demo if nothing else, and it already seems pretty fun. I'll have to do a little more grappling hook action.
Carrie and Ryan, you guys got some questions for us over there?
Yes.
You getting there?
Yeah, sure.
What is your problem?
They're extreme conditions here.
Right.
Extreme conditions.
Yeah, this is pretty extreme. I'll just start.
my
Asking you
car.
some questions. Greg, do you have any idea about multiplayer? I don't think it's available in this demo. Do you have any clue?
No, can't rightfully say that I do. This game seems like it could have multiplayer in it. I'll say that much.
There is definitely
There
a
are
multiplayer
dudes with
component.
guns running around.
You could imagine another dude playing
Right.
one of those dudes.
Perhaps
with
up to
guns.
16 dudes.
Now, Greg, I mean, looking at this video, this does just kind of look like a pre-third-person action game. Is there something that you could kind of equate this to that's currently out?
Ryan, have I mentioned the grappling hook?
So you say this is Bionic Commando?
There are also these, as you can see, or as you may have seen, the walls blew up and stuff like that. So there's, I mean, people say, people criticize sort of the next generation of gaming by saying well, it's all just prettier graphics. But the thing is, if it adds new levels of detail and if it lets you blow stuff up in new ways, it can in fact meaningfully contribute to gameplay. And if you're able to fight a lot more dudes at the same time, I think this is a level of chaos and carnage that you can't find in current generation consoles. So it's pretty entertaining. I honestly haven't played this that much up until this point because in the spirit of Lost Planet, I have actually lost my Xbox 360 hard drive.
Now
don't
that
ask
is
me.
an extreme condition.
Yeah, it's an extremely unfortunate condition towards my ability to prepare myself to play this demo for this show. I just blew up that whole building, I believe.
To answer your question, Ryan Davis, it reminds him of Ice Pirates, the
Yes,
movie.
Ice Pirates, definitely.
So this plays a lot like Ice Pirates.
Yes.
Excellent.
Space herpes are a hidden last boss. I had to go there. Sorry.
All right, I got a question.
All right, one more question.
This is actually a popular question, but one of the people asking is Greg Adsley from London. Wants to know, are there any other environments apart from snow?
Snow's pretty extreme, but there's other extremities
Yeah,
as well. That's just
I
extreme
am.
cold.
I am betting that you get inside some buildings at some point, and I just got murdered.
Oh, flatline.
And also, just
Fish
to
and mailed.
clarify, this crashing is not necessarily indicative of the demo itself.
That wasn't crashing, that was just death right there.
I'm sorry.
That was straight up
Extreme
dead.
bullet time isn't in everybody's demo of Lost Planet. Is
No,
that
not
correct?
at all. I think
Your mileage may vary.
It may have given up the ghost, but it's well worth checking out. It definitely looks a cut above a lot of other 360 stuff out there right now, and it's pretty fun to play.
Greg, could I interest you in a game of Uno while you're here?
Well,
yes, you like the Uno?
You know, I'm a dirty communist because I don't know how to play Uno.
That's
I'm
fine.
not
Fine.
American,
If you could
I guess.
hit the selector down
Okay.
there, Jeff, for us, so we can get get Ryan Davis started on Uno. Ryan Davis, tell us about Uno.
Uno is awesome. Is what Uno is.
The end.
There you go. Yeah, cut it. Just put that out there. Uno is awesome. During E3, Microsoft released Uno for live marketplace. 400 points. That's like $5.
Yeah, $5.
And it's awesome. It's got great online multiplayer support. It lets you tweak some of the rules. It's Uno.
Why don't you play it?
I'm going to play some Uno. And
right now.
Rich, you've got some sort of old-fashioned horse and buggy version.
Yeah, actually,
you got to crank it up to start it.
Not only did Jeff bring his cards in, but we got a graphic. If we could see, we enjoy our graphics here. We'll get that fired up real quick for our,
what is the face-off here?
our Uno face-off graphic. They're working on it. They'll get it. Ryan Davis, get your Uno game going.
This is extreme.
Jeff,
Uno.
shuffle up and
I'm looking
DR.
over here at the selecting screen for Uno, and
There's single player and there's multiplayer.
Single player and multiplayer. I'm just going to jump into single player game because we don't have the internet here. As you can see, I can play just a regular old game of Uno. I'm going to be playing this against 3 other AI players. They have their own standard rules. Now, that's the thing about Uno. Everyone has their own rules. Some's like, you draw a green 6 and someone's got to punch you in the face, or...
I thought it was just drink.
Yeah. Do a draw 2, drink. Do
No,
a
I
draw
think it
4,
was just
drink.
While you play
Play a
Uno.
9, drink.
Yes, exactly.
So,
Draw.
while it does not have the drink rules...
Meanwhile...
I bet you can add your own drinking rules.
I'm just going to play a standard game here.
Okay, let's do it.
And,
That doesn't look like the Uno cards that I remember.
Oh no, these Uno cards are these are 21st century
See,
Uno cards.
the Wild Draw 4 doesn't look like I remember.
No, this is pretty much what the Uno cards look like.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our game is well underway here.
Well,
Keep
I
going,
played
Jeff.
old
Keep going.
Uno.
I'm just going to skip you so I get another
So
turn
let's explain
and then
the rules
lay down
of
the
Uno.
screen.
The rules of Uno
Draw two.
are that
Everyone gets a whole bunch of cards, and they try to put them in the center pile and get rid of all of them first.
Yeah.
Of course, once you get down to one card, you have to shout Uno, or else you have to draw
now,
additional cards.
how do you shout Uno in this game?
There's actually, you hit the X
Uno!
button when you're coming
Draw
down to
4.
one card. And How's the game going over there, gents?
Screwed up.
You could keep drawing.
Our
This
Uno has
is,
pretty
this is the
graphics.
problem is that they only have 2 players, which makes the skip and the reverse button.
My game's over. I just got 800
I don't
achievement
think you
points for
want it
beating
to
Jeff
be
and
over.
Uno.
I think you want Uno to
Savage!
keep
I'm
going.
going to
Next game.
glue there.
So what did you do just there? I'm pretending like I don't know how to play Uno. For the people at home, there might be
the-
people at home who
the,
don't know
the
Uno.
cards. Well, they're not seeing any of this. All they
used to
see
playing
is
for
them.
money.
We're
being
seeing the
jackasses
real
over
Uno.
there.
There's your Uno.
There we
game.
go.
There's
Here's
real
Uno.
I got to draw a card, and I can change the color now. I'm gonna change that back to blue. So the idea is you have numbered cards that are color coded. You can only throw down cards in the center pile that match either the number or the color of
Like
the.
you just threw a green 7
Are you
on your
explaining the
blue
rules
7.
of
It's
Uno
like
right
Crazy
now?
Eight.
I'm just-
Greg doesn't know how to play Uno,
I'm
so
just-
obviously other
Greg's
people don't know how to play
excused.
Uno.
But the best thing about Uno is that they have
Eight, don't you?
draw cards where you can be a real jerk and be like, haha, draw 2 or
Right,
draw 4.
there are other action cards also which you can like reverse the flow of the game. You can
Skip it,
you can
someone-
skip other
right.
players.
Oh.
Now this version of Uno has all sorts of crazy rules in it. This we're actually playing scoring Uno. So the way that this works is that at the end of the game, the
Green.
value of all the cards that are left over in everyone else's hands gets added up, and then that gets added to the winner's score, and the first person to get 250 points wins.
So let's talk about some
Which is
really
crazy.
important stuff, like achievement points.
Points are great in this game.
Oh,
Points
nice.
are fast and easy in this game. There are points for like winning 10 games online. There are points for getting an Uno.
You keep
that
drawing
simple.
until you get a card to play. All right, so
I
I'll
didn't
draw
get
4.
anything.
Do
We're
you
going
know,
to say blue.
I'm going to ask you a question. Derek Stone from Virginia
Uno.
wants to know, can you trash talk your friends while drinking
Oh,
to
you
Uno
absolutely
over
can.
headset?
If you want to make up your own drinking
that's
rules, feel
rand,
free.
that's how
But
it
you can
is,
use a
huh?
headset?
Are we
You can use the
playing
headset. It's got full
progressive
headset support in it. Which
Yes.
is real nice.
Yes.
Can
that's
you
how I
shout
played,
Uno
yeah.
into your headset?
You can. It does not actually do anything, but that shouldn't stop you.
There it is, Uno versus Uno. Uno. How many games of Uno have you played so far,
We're
Ryan
1
Davis?
to 1 over here.
Yeah. We're 1-1. How many games of Uno have you played?
Oh, yeah.
We're in round 2.
Wait a minute.
That's it.
No one's asking this question, but Tim Tracy has just reminded me that there's camera support. So
Oh,
if
that's
you want
right.
to play
Isn't
Uno with
there?
like
Yeah.
pants on, can you do it?
I believe that when the Xbox Vision camera comes
Uno versus Uno. You deal. You just won.
Uno's awesome. That's,
Yeah, keep talking about Uno.
It's what else can I say about Uno? It's
How it's a card
like-
game, and you should be playing the card game version.
No, you know why?
Why?
Because
Jeff lives in Petaluma.
Yeah.
So
Because
if I
the
want
only
to play
time you guys
Jeff
get to actually play
anytime-
this is when you have a segment on the show.
Whatever. I got friends.
Well, I mean, I brought this in because, around the house, me and the
Go.
people I'm living with,
Go.
we play a lot of Uno, but we play for money. And there are some pretty key rules. You have to keep the money in your sock, and this green 0 is a very special card.
What's that mean?
I can't really go into details about it.
Okay.
It's a family show.
right.
But let's just say, the rules of card-based Uno are a little more customizable than the game. But I was actually really impressed with the 360 version's rules. Let's say
Are you looking
red.
at the monitor over there? They're totally showing my cards for you right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
I didn't mind. I've already
So,
won. Green.
Ryan, I have a question just for you, Ryan, and nobody else. Matthew Malone
Skip.
from Calgary wants to know which is better, the real Uno or the Xbox 360 one?
Xbox 360
Real-
is better.
real
because
Uno.
It is cheaper. You don't have to be in the room with 4 people that you're playing with, which sometimes it's hard to
What does
get
this
4
one
people to
mean?
play Uno. You're like,
It's
oh,
a
you want to play
blank
Uno?
one,
Nah,
just
not so
5.
much. Let's go do something hip and fun. But you're like, no, I want to play Uno.
not a
So
5.
Uno all the time.
One more question.
One
from,
more question.
Mayor McCheese.
The Mayor McCheese?
Yes, the Mayor McCheese.
That's
He
crap.
wants
Why
to
isn't he
know-
out getting that Hamburglar?
Exactly.
Asking us stupid questions about Uno.
When will this administration bring the
It's a
Hamburglar to
good
justice?
question. Can you give some examples of the new rules?
I can, I suppose.
Do it.
If I can jump to this real quick, I'll go to House Rules
turn.
Uno.
It's your turn.
No, I played that
Standard
zero.
No, you
deck.
put-
So, I can change the game mode from either being standard Uno, partner Uno, elimination. Scoring type, you can turn it to just turning off the scoring, so it's just whoever gets Uno first wins. Penalties, you can turn that to progressive, which is actually really cool, because that means that if someone draws a draw 2 on you, you can draw another draw
Skip
2 and
you,
effectively
and
turn it
I'll
into a
make you
draw
draw
4 for
2.
the next person.
Oh,
And it can
nice.
keep going around. I've actually seen like draw 16s happen with that stuff, and it is crazy.
That is really cool.
You can turn on and off bluffing, which has to do with kind of how people play the wild cards. You can make it so you don't have to play to call Uno when you get Uno.
Yellow.
There's just a lot of cool stuff in here.
Watch this. Uno! 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 Uno!
Why you gotta call? All right, draw 2.
Whatever. Skip. Uno!
I think,
Uno!
you know what? I think
What
we're
you
done.
got? You got a red?
Damn it!
Don't have a
Rich is
red.
just going to keep playing.
Let's
Uno.
just, all right, this is it.
Okay,
But
so
you know what?
I would
In
like
conclusion,
to say,
Ryan Davis.
In conclusion, Uno's awesome. It doesn't matter if you're playing with cards or you're playing
It's
on
true.
Xbox 360. Uno's great.
And it's
play
one of
it.
the cheapest games on the Xbox 360.
It is, and it is
probably even cheaper than going out and buying an Uno deck if you've lost your
It
Uno
actually
deck.
is. I went
It's gotta be
looking up
cheaper than
online,
buying this monstrosity.
$7.
Hey, man, I'm pretty serious about Uno. Uno Deluxe.
So $5 on 360,
Comes with that
$7
sweet
for real
tin
Uno. In the
and
match of
nothing
Uno
else,
a Uno, I think we know who wins.
Yeah, I did. I win.
'Cause you got to play Uno.
You guys stick around. You keep playing Uno.
All right.
Coming up this
Push
weekend,
mine.
by the way, we're going to let Carrie talk about it in just a little bit, or the E3 awards. But before then, on a personal note, I just really want to get it out there. We saw a lot of great trailers at E3.
Yeah.
And there's one trailer that I actually particularly liked. You liked it as well. We don't feel like it's getting the love that it should be getting. It's this trailer here for Coded Arms Assault for the PlayStation 3. Check it out.
You have arrived at Kagura. Analyzing optimal route. Initiating infiltration protocol. PC drug transfer complete. Loading hacking application. Activated. Launching user interface. Ready. Commence hacking. Warning. High security presence detected along route.
One intruding into the Kagura system. Quit this game at once. This is not a virtual game world. This area is restricted for R&D purposes only. Coded Arms Assault.
Real death awaits you beyond. Go home to the real world.
And we are back.
Uno.
Ah! Yellow. But that is Coded Arms Assault, and I'm going to say... Draw 4. I'm going to say that I'm going to tip the hand. That is one of our finalists for Best Trailer of E3.
Yeah.
Greg and Carrie, you guys want to tell us a little bit more about the Best of E3 awards? How have those deliberations been going?
Sure. It's always an interesting process because as soon as we get back from the show, we have to get together and put all our heads together and decide what was the best stuff we saw at the show. There's so many factors to weigh into consideration because some games are real fancy looking, like that Coded Arms trailer was really cool. But then there's other stuff that they show you a lot more of it, and maybe there's not as much smoke and mirrors, but you actually get to sit down and play it. Uno was not one of the final. Why do you guys keep playing it?
Well, that's when Uno came out.
I just want our best of
actually, I
three.
guess it doesn't really matter. Uno wasn't even shown at E3, was it?
No, it just came out during
They showed it there. It was
Did
there.
they? Oh, okay.
Did
The trailer was crazy.
Yeah.
There was like this huge gun.
Did it say Uno? Uno.
Yeah.
So our awards have a whole mess of categories in them that should be pretty interesting. Since this show, there wasn't any particular standout game, I think we could say. There was a lot of really great-looking stuff, so I think people are going to be pretty surprised. Like I just was by this crazy bug that doesn't have anything to do with Uno.
I like how you
And I have a grappling hook.
Lost
Still
Planet.
playing Lost Planet. Ryan is
Screw you
still
guys
playing
with your
Uno.
Shoot the yellow parts on his
Capitalist-
arms. You
yeah.
can cut his arms off.
Cut his arms off. Huh?
Carrie, you want to tell us a
Sounds
little bit more
like
about
my
the
kind
E3 Awards?
Sure. We basically came back here from the show, like Greg said, and just started deliberating. And we had to pick, how we wanted to approach. I think I'm actually really happy with how we came about it, which we picked. And I'll just tell you some of a little sneak. It takes the same approach as our Game of the Year awards in some respects. So you're going to see Best on Platform awards. You're going to see Best in Genre awards. You're also going to see some Best Special Achievement awards, including some kind of humorous ones or not quite so humorous. And I'll give you one category name right now: Most Future.
Most Future.
Most Future.
Actually, I'm going to tip my hand as that one of my categories did not make it into the E3 Awards, and we're going to have it on the show next week instead. You guys want?
We're having our own awards.
Do you want to know what the award is?
Yeah.
The award is Best Performance by a Person in a Promo Video.
Ooh.
I know. Think of all the Wii videos. Think of all the other videos that other companies released with people in them playing games.
I can think of at least 5 nominees.
Exactly.
For that.
We'll announce the winner next week on the show.
Yeah.
And we'll also announce the winners of the E3 swag as well.
But that hasn't been announced yet.
Well, I have some E3 swag that we gave away on the show.
Unlocked.
We had some Yakuza tattoos and Sonic T-shirts.
Also, furthermore, I just want to say it's like a little teaser to the next weekend. The weekend after is still going to be E3 Mania because we're going to have a giveaway for 2 giant bags of E3 swag that we collected. All the editors collected for you guys. 2 giant bags of swag with some really
so much stuff.
So much stuff.
So much weird stuff.
So much great stuff. So keep your eyes open to the site and to the features page and stuff because it's coming up.
Hasn't this felt like a great show today?
This show's got
isn't it nice
real-time weapon swwitching. It's got it all.
We figured out where that's from.
You
can't
need
fool
more
us anymore.
Ridge Racer.
Exactly, Ridge Racer. Uno,
Look,
by the way. The game is Uno.
The game's Uno's in stores now.
That's Lost Planet. That's not Uno.
I can't wait for all the great Tonight Show and Late Night Show jokes we're going to be doing right now or soon. I'm going to get tag board. I'm going to start holding stuff up out here, and we're going to do all that stuff.
Ridge
I understand you brought a clip with you.
Yeah, we need a green screen. We can pull down behind your desk. We can
Pretend
drive
to drive
your desk
places.
around.
It'll be great. Greg, thanks for coming by and playing Lost Planet. Appreciate it. Jeff, as always, I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Do you like that chair? Do you want a different couch? What do you like?
I think if it was up a little higher, I'd feel a little better about
We'll get you something. Ryan and Carrie, how's the new standing set?
I love the new standing set.
I'm loving it.
It's nice. It's lower. It's a little more manageable. It's cool over here. We're digging it.
And I take back what I said at the beginning because you thought E3 was the craziest. Obviously, E3 isn't crazy compared to what we can do right here in the GameSpot office.
Like no one else is watching.
Play Uno on the spot.
Uno.
Yeah.
So
we also like to
clearly,
thank
the crazy isn't over just because E3 is over.
We'd like to thank JD Rich and Tally from IDOS for stopping by with Hitman Blood Money, and Brian Eckberg, of course, for playing MotoGP 06 when he could, when it worked. And that's going to do it for the show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The crew, as always, doing a great job. Sorry, we're going to make it a little harder for you guys next week. This is a little calmer, a little quieter. We'll get some blaring music at you guys maybe next time.
Yeah.
There's some people staring and coming indoors they shouldn't.
One guy walked up to the booth during E3 and totally just started flexing.
Really?
Like
that was awesome.
At me and Carrie. He was just like, ooh, and he was like smiling. He wasn't like mad. But I had to pose down and he walked away. So.
He walked away. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Great. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank, again, everyone for stopping by the site during all of our E3 coverage. We appreciate it. It's all still there in case you missed anything. And we appreciate all you guys tuning in every week right here during On the Spot. It's a fun time, right?
Yeah, totally. I have fun.
I have fun, too. Yeah. Cool. Let's send it home. We'll catch you next week right here on The Spot. There's the...